Hello, 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 my beautiful pink sisters. How are you? I hope this message is finding you in great health. My name is Marcia Jackson, and I am a thriver. Today, I'm going to share my journey with you. I was diagnosed with cancer 20 months ago, and today I am inactive. My journey started on May 18, 2023, when I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. But when I went for my first PET scan a few months later, they realized that I was actually at stage 4. The cancer was in addition to being in my breast, it was underneath my arm, my organs, my bones, my chin area, my neck. It was there. However, like I mentioned today, I am inactive. So I'm going to share my journey with you and how 20 months later I am inactive from being diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic advanced breast cancer to being inactive. But before I do that, my sisters, please, if I can get your support, take a moment just to press that like button on your computer or your phone. And in addition to that, go ahead and subscribe because my goal is to share a lot of information with you. And the only way I can get the word across is by getting your support. So if you can subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So to start from the beginning, as I mentioned, when I got diagnosed, I decided to roll my sleeve up and go to work. What I did, the first thing I did, I hired a health coach because I wanted to know how to get myself better because I believe in my mind that I was able to get better. I know I was able to. So I hire a health coach and I hire someone who went through the same thing. Her name is Elaine. She was diagnosed. She had not breast cancer. She had cancer. I think it was back in 2008, excuse me. And today she look absolutely amazing. She's just thriving and wonderful. And I said, this is someone that I need to learn from. So I hired her to help me through the process, and she taught me how to eat, how to do self-care and how to have keep my body in a way where cancer does not want to live. The things like making sure your body is alkaline, make sure you get your rest, make sure you're doing your self-care, and so much more. So I did that after I got my mindset right, I hired a health coach. I did um, seek counseling therapy because what I realized, a lot of women that get diagnosed with breast cancer, especially, they have some things going on. Yes, whether it's some kind of resentment, whether it is, trauma, something is going on. And I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, but a lot of the women that I'm talking to that going through, I'm realizing that. So I hired someone to be able to help me sort things out in my mind, going back all the way to childhood, and just, to get that mindset right. I also decided to, change my eating habits. So I went on a plant-based diet for 4 months, and that's just to detox my system. My system is very toxic, and I knew it. So I went on a plant-based diet for 4 months, lost almost 50 pounds. I think it was like 48 pounds in 4 months I lost. And that's not unusual because I had so much toxic in my body. And once I'm clearing out things and eating right, it have no choice but just to melt off. So I did that. I also make sure that I um, was able to get a holistic doctor because I believe treating cancer is not just covering up the symptoms of it. So with a holistic doctor, I was able to treat my entire body, treat everything. It's a holistic approach. So that's what I did. A lot of people don't realize that um, in addition to having the right team, you also need to incorporate a good dentist, chiropractor, acupuncture, all of everything. I also decided to go to the drip bar. The drip bar is a place where I go and get my IV vitamin C, high dose vitamin C, I IV. So it's just a lot. I purchased a sauna blanket where I get into it and detox my body. I purchased a trampoline because studies show that when you are bouncing on a trampoline, it open up your lymphatic system and drain it, and it also make your muscle strong. So I did that. Just so many different things that I incorporate. Like I mentioned to you, I decided to do the holistic approach. Yes, I was on medication to prevent the cancer from spreading, but I didn't depend on just that. And that was much later on when I went on that regimen of taking medication. But I decided not just to take a pop a pill and leave my care up to someone else. No, I became the CEO of my health. I had charts and figures and things written out. I dissect myself. Started with what's wrong, what minerals I was missing. I was lacking vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K, zinc, you name it. I was, iron. So I tackled each problem individually and use food to solve that issue. For example, zinc. I incorporate some sweet potato, or so I had a list of problems, even digestive issue, just a list of problems. So I decided to tackle each of them. So by doing that, by doing that, I made my body a place that's not inviting for cancer. I learned that cancer is not just one disease, it's made up of several different diseases. And then eventually you just get that name cancer. So by the time you get cancer, you have so many things that's going on in your body, so tackle them individually is what I decided that, would be best for me. And it worked very well. I thank goodness I was always well, always feel great. I didn't do the traditional standard of care. I didn't do those things. Like I mentioned, doing the holistic approach, I did incorporate the medicine, pills, but that was only months later, just to give me a little boost. At one point, the cancer was in my neck and my chin. And I wanted to, slow that down while I was working on my holistic approach. So, I'm not saying that don't do your standard of care. I would never tell any woman how to take care of themselves. What I would say, make sure you understand what you're doing to your body. Make sure you understand. And sometimes while we are doing the holistic approach, like myself, if the cancer is spreading so fast, remember I told you I was diagnosed with advanced metastatic, so it was spreading fast. So I needed to slow it down a little bit, a lot, while I'm working on myself. So that's why I decided to take that pill. And although the pill that I was taking, it had several side effects. I'm grateful I never got any of those side effects. Why? Because my body is clean. I clean my body out. So I wasn't experiencing any of those side effects that typically typically come with taking cancer medication. So I'm just so grateful for that. So I just, wanted to share that with you, regardless of what you're going through. Just don't ju I would suggest, in addition to get your treatment, make sure that you are treating your body, mind, soul, everything. Make sure everything is taken care of, not just covering up the symptoms. You must take care of everything. Make sure your mind is right. You're getting your self-care, your nutrition, your sleep, your exercise, all of those things. Incorporate everything. So this way, when you get the report of inactive, remission, no evidence of disease, you can stay that way because you are living the lifestyle of being cancer-free and not inviting the cancer back into your body. So I just wanted to share that with you really quick, my Pink Sisters. Please, again, take a moment to like this video and subscribe so I can continue to share so much more with you as I am learning, as I'm going through my journey. And this journey is for life. Just because I am inactive doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing the things that I have been doing for the last 20 months to get me that way. I believe I'm working even harder now at myself to make sure that I stay inactive because as we know, if we ever got diagnosed with cancer, you may go into remission, but if you don't take good care of yourself and do certain things, those that could change. So, it's important to continue to do the things you need to do to stay in remission. And I just wanted to say that. And until next time, thank you so much. I love you.